Covered calls feel easy at the beginning. You start out, you buy 100 shares of a stock you really like or enjoy, and then with time it starts trending, and you go ahead and you sell your call. Now you collect some of this premium or rental income, sort of say, and everything seems to go easy breezy. But then things start to get a little bit wishy washy. Things start to sell off. There starts to become a problem. And now all of a sudden, your call premium, you can't sell the stock back at the higher price where you purchased it because the premium is just not coming in from there. And this is some of the dangers behind covered calls. Now, if you're brand new here, I'm Sasha, the options coach. I've been teaching people to trade options for a very long time. And I want to chat with you a little bit more about some of the dangers behind covered calls and some of the things that people don't see or are not aware of. So we've already kind of established that, at the beginning, covered calls, they seem quite easy, right? So if we go in and we take a look at kind of this panel on the Thinkorswim platform, if we go with something like CRM, we might go in and buy this stock at, right now it's 191. So we'll go in and we'll buy the stock at 191 and we sell the covered call at about a 210. So I'll just right click buy covered stock. And this is what most people do, is that they go in and they buy their shares of stock and then they sell the covered call. And then their break even part right here comes into about 186. So they got a little bit of a downside move, and this is a 30-day option. So with time, it continues to go, and if it stands still, you collect that premium, right? So you'll go ahead and collect a bit of that premium, maybe 490 bucks. So this premium right there, about $400, $500 that you keep collecting time and time again, it seems pretty good, right? Because if the stock trends sideways, you're fine. If it trends a little higher, you're great, because now you get money from the stock appreciation, and then you get to sell it at a higher price. And if it keeps heading a little bit higher, you make 2,300 bucks in total between the stock and the call premium. Now, the issue starts to arise is that when it starts pulling back a little bit and it starts kind of going down, 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 a little bit of a problem, right? Because then, yes, you do make some premium, but what if it keeps going down and it keeps going lower and lower? And this is where things get a little bit iffy, because as you keep going to this lower level, eventually this call premium at those higher levels, it starts thinning out. So if your stock actually goes from here with CRM that we've had maybe 369, let's say you purchased the stock even down here at 277. Well, if you're now down in the 200s and you're trying to get rid of that stock at 277, the call premium around 270, 280, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff there unless you start going further out. And this is where some of the issues start to lie, right? Like you could make $40, but you're losing thousands, and this is where covered calls start to fall apart. Because the thing with covered calls is you're capping your upside, right? So what we're doing is we cap the upside, but we've got unlimited downside. So that's really the thing with them, is that, hey, we have a limited upside. Of course, if you buy just the 100 shares of stock now, if you're, let's say, trading 100 times, 200 different trades, some of those trades without a limit on the upside, you might actually make more money, because now, you got no upside limit and these stocks can run for quite a while. But the downside is still the same. It's kind of unlimited, just like with a covered call. But at least for a few home runs that you might hit, or triples, these are a lot nicer because you're not limiting that upside. But when it comes to covered calls, if you go in and do it, you've got like a bad move here against you, it can erase a lot of wins. Now, the good news is you have the covered calls that help pay that off a bit time and time again, and that does help. But this is some of the issues, is that you do have that unlimited downside, because a lot of people, they're thinking, hey, I'll sell the call, but they don't insure themselves on the downside. So what I want to share with you is a little insight, is that what you can do is actually we could take a look at hedging off the stock by buying a put. This is known kind of as a collar strategy. So what we've got here is that if you go in and you have this, you're collecting a little bit of money from the actual call. So let's say we take this call that we've got at approximately, well, let's just stick around 34 days. We're going to sell this at 210. Okay, so we have the 100 shares, and then we'll sell the call at 210. So now we collect a bit of premium. We collect $520 if the stock sells off. We continue to collect that $520 of this premium right here, but we do buy the stock at 191. So if we keep going down, it does create some issues. But what we can do is take part of that instead of the full 520. We can go in and actually say, hey, I want to buy some insurance, maybe around 165. and it cost me maybe $400. But look, if I'm selling something for 520 and buying something for 420, well, the amount I'm selling is more than the amount of buying. So what I'm doing is actually capping now my downside. So this is known as a collar strategy. You can actually do it all at once. You can actually just, let's say over here, right click and buy collar with stock. And what it does is create kind of this collar right here all together as one trade, where you buy the 100 shares, you buy your put, and you sell your call right here. And then we could just select the put at maybe 190, and you end up with this collar like strategy. It really looks like a vertical spread when you look at it and think about it, but it's a little more cost effective on the downside from a risk basis, simply because you have shares of stock. A vertical, you'd be more 1-to-1. This is more like a 60-40 risk to reward, or 40-60. But this is very similar to a vertical spread or an at the money vertical. Now, one thing I want to mention is we do have a class that we did discuss about this. If you're interested, it's called Zero Cost Put Buying Strategy. We chat about this. How do you buy this put, for very little or risk-free or cost-free? So talking about this, in the class we discussed, well, let's say you want to buy or purchase or insure a stock, and you want to insure it, and it's going to cost you, well, let's just say about $700, kind of in between here. Well, what you can do is sell a call against it and sell something for around $700. And now you've got yourself a risk-free put, or in a way you've paid off the put. So that's one of the things we've talked about in that class. You can check it out. There's a link probably in the description, or check out our website. There's a lot more on our website. We've got a lot of classes and material there as well that you can take a look at and check out. But in either case, that's one way to approach something like this. Is just the dangers behind these covered calls is that when you do them, yeah, they all sound good in logic, but when you start seeing this stuff and you're buying at 330, you didn't know it was going to go down. I mean, yes, it's maybe went up, but it's been going up anyway from the 180. So how would you know? And yeah, you get caught on it. And sometimes this is where having that additional insurance kind of comes in. So in either case, having the put strategy in there, or on a few of your stocks, or in a few positions, can help alleviate some of the mental and psychological pressures that kind of go against you. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is a little bit more advanced. Some people might not like this concept. They're going to say, oh, there's a lot of risk carrying, depending on what you're doing it. The other way to do this is to go in and sell additional calls defending the delta. So even though you might have 100 shares right here, one of the ways to kind of defend this is that you go in and you sell your call, right? So that's kind of a defense. But if you are actually a little more experienced, you could go in and sell extra calls against it. This way you don't have to deal with the put side of insurance, which will protect you more to some degree, but you're managing delta a little bit more. What you can do is actually sell 2 calls. Yes, this is naked. Now you have a possibility of inversion risk, where if it snaps up, you could have a problem. So you have to be a little bit more cautious about doing stuff like this. Yes, it's more advanced. Some people will not like it. It's not a fit for their stomach, but it is a technique that you can do at an advanced level. You also will need a higher option margin requirement to be able to do this. But all in all, you could sell extra calls, and that way, as the stock falls, you've sold some of these calls and peel off the premium. This way you keep your theta a little more positive. Again, not something everybody likes. We did cover this more in depth on another class, defending covered calls, selling extra calls, how to maybe approach it, what deltas to do it on. And again, you can check out our website there for more details. But this is another technique that you can approach things with, to give you a little more insight on how do we actually start, chipping away at some of these things. You'll probably even go into different expirations. This way you have kind of a mix of things. So let's say in here we have some at March 13th, March 20th, maybe March 27th, and then at different strikes. Let's see if we can find one that kind of works. And that way you have a little bit of a variance to the position. And if it stands still, you get a bunch of premium. If it goes up slowly, you're okay, because again, you get some premium. You probably won't hit the high end. If it goes down, again, you get more premium. If it goes up very quickly, that's where a little bit of the problem starts to lie, because, well, now you have extra shares you might need to purchase and get, but you do have those 100 shares to give away. Once those 100 shares are gone, you might need to buy more shares. Like, let's say that the stock goes to 215. Well, you'll lose 100 shares right there at 210. And then if the stock's at 215, well, you might need to buy some shares at, let's say, 225 again, to sell it at 230, because the stock's already starting to go higher and higher and higher, which is kind of what you wanted, but maybe not too quickly. Anyways, it's another technique that you can use if you like, but a little bit more advanced. So those are the two methods, at least at a basic level, that you can start with. Because with covered calls, some of the dangers behind them is just when you have those 100 shares and then you have this covered call, you do have that limited upside, but the downside is unlimited. One other technique I do want to point out for you while I'm here is you could actually go to a much longer duration. Let's say you go to September, or even it's kind of like almost going into a leap. If you go further out, the amount of premium that you can collect is quite heavy and large. And this way, your break even here on the downside is more insured or defended. Yes, I know the theta is slower, but it is one way to kind of shift that break even a little bit more. Offsets your protection. Rather than collecting, let's say, $2 every time, you can actually collect maybe $24, but you are waiting almost a full year to kind of get that. You don't have to wait the full year, but nevertheless, some of those other ones, they do have more insurable premium in there, or more premium juiced in those positions, and that kind of can give you a little bit of a hedge there on the downside, just the fact that they are longer dated in there. So anyways, something to think about, give you a little insight. Hopefully that gives you a couple of ideas, and you can check out some of those classes on our website if you're interested. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Truly appreciate it. And maybe I'll see you in the future in one of my upcoming classes. So enjoy yourself, take care, and I will see you on the next one.